Hi everyone, so this is Catfish Season 9, Episode 2, Courtney and Chris. Courtney is 22, living in Ohio. She works as a home health aide or health caretaker. And 3 years prior to sending me this email, she met Chris, and apparently he lives in Turkey. So apparently he's this perfect guy, but he refuses to video chat. They bring her into the Zoom chat. She explains they met during a role play with two or more players in it, and the relationship started from there. She says that she's only seen two pictures of him, one of which has a mask on it, covering his face. The other is actually of his face. And every other photo on his Facebook is just his art. She only spoken to him once, and she got the impression that he wanted to be anywhere else but on the phone with her. And she says that he did have an accent. Then she claims, he's showing her Turkish movies. But I'm like, ma'am, just because he has shown you movies that are specifically from Turkey doesn't mean that he actually is in Turkey. So, but she says, well, I sent him like a mini bust of something, and he's taking a picture of it to show that he received it. So maybe he does live. Maybe I was thinking maybe he does live in Turkey. Then she explains that she sent him money to a friend's, which was about $1,000 throughout the span of over the course of the 3 years. And now apparently his friend's Cash App profile is gone. So she gets up to call, and they start, investigating and stuff. So they start with his Facebook page, see that there's not only an art page linked, but an Instagram page. And Neve notices that, Courtney never mentioned any of those pages. But I'm just like, we've seen before where people have been friends with somebody on Facebook or something, and they weren't able to see everything on said page. What happened was that they only got to see portions of the profile. Like, they were able to see, pictures, but not the friends list, but not the pictures. They weren't able to see links to other profiles like Instagram or TikTok or whatever. That was the case here. So, and they also see that there's a TikTok page, but the videos are all of him just showing his hand drawing things, and that's it. So they look at the photos, don't get any hits. They look at the friend EJ who Courtney sent the money to, and they find a Facebook page. And so then now they're speculating, because she doesn't have any pictures of her and Chris together, that even though they're best friends, that maybe, EJ is exploring sexuality, and that's why she doesn't want a video chat, and it would explain why, on the video, not the video call, but the phone call that Courtney and Chris supposedly had, she would have used like another male friend to use as the voice on the other end. So they get Courtney back onto the Zoom call and show her everything they found, and lo and behold, she doesn't know anything about the art Instagram pages. or the TikTok page that they found. So he was like, well, look, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to give him an ultimatum about actually seeing and speaking to him. If he doesn't, then he's gonna have to be prepared to not be in a relationship with her anymore. So they message him, and all they had to do was wait to hear coming back. So later that night, Courtney DMs Kamie via Instagram to say that Chris messaged her to say that they wouldn't video chat without talking to Kamie and me first. Kamie speaks to Chris, tries to get him on the Zoom call. He's like, you know what, you're pushing me. I don't want you to contact me anymore. So the next morning, Kamie tells Nev about what happened the night before, and we find out that after the whole "please don't contact me anymore" thing, he reaches back out to her right before she's about to fall asleep, and they start having this full-blown conversation about things that he likes and all that stuff. So, and then that morning, after they had talked at length, um, he's like, well, hi. And so she's like, she doesn't know how to start talking to him again and to agree to the Zoom, but eventually she does. And when he jumps on, there's this robotic voice that starts speaking, and he's like, well, I'm not comfortable with my voice because of the Catfish is not comfortable with my voice, and I'm not on the video because and he eventually turns on his camera. He's like, well, I'm not comfortable being on camera either. So he turns off the robotic voice thing, and he explains, well, I have this hormonal imbalance that causes myself to have not only a softer appearance but a higher voice that sounds like a woman's. And so he eventually shows himself on camera. Kind of fast forwarded through what they talked about, but he kind of explains, well, people never really liked me, and that's why I have such a low self-esteem about showing myself and all that stuff. And so they allow Courtney and Chris to kind of talk by themselves. And that's the part I fast forwarded through because I wasn't about to sit through that. Because it's just, I didn't think I needed to sit through that. So after, they both Courtney or everyone gets off the Zoom call, we find out that Courtney had planned a trip to Turkey, and as the date got closer and closer, Chris felt more comfortable with just a friendship with Courtney rather than a romantic one. So that's all they wrote with that one. So tomorrow night on Catfish, there's this woman who is talking to someone who has previously been on the show. Who it is, we don't know, obviously. And this person that she's talking to has been catfishing someone before. She had this person she was talking to catfish someone before. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this person that she's talking to is supposed to be a woman because she's either lesbian or bisexual, and I do believe that this person that she's talking to has been on the show before, but whether or not that's a woman, I don't know. I think maybe it's going to be a man who is pretending to be a woman. And that's why, they either don't talk on the phone, video chat, or both. So, yeah, this episode really kind of wasn't as spicy or anything as I thought it would be. It just is what it was. And I'll check out tomorrow night's episode for sure. See what that's about. Hopefully, since that looks rather lackluster, maybe that'll actually be better, because you typically the what I found is the more lackluster an episode looks, the better it actually is. And the episodes that look like they are better typically aren't better. They're actually very lackluster, which is what I found this episode to be. So hopefully I can uh, watch um, tomorrow night's episode and then make a video Wednesday about it. So until then, I'll see you guys later.